Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. This is Puneet from World on Hands, and in this video guys I am going to explain you the camera settings of Sony FDR AX43 and also the older generation camcorder if you are using like FDR AX33 or 53. And this video actually help out you to understand what important camera settings you have to do when you shoot videos with the Sony camcorders or Sony Handycam. So let's quickly start the video. If you are watching my video first time, then that would be really appreciated to subscribe my channel as well as follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Link would be available in the description. So let's jump to the camera screen now. So now you can see the camera screen, and I am using Sony AX43 to demonstrating the camera settings, and you can apply all these settings to your older generation camcorders or a newer generation handycams as well. So now first of all, I just want to clear out a few important things. This camera does not contain much physical buttons. There are only few buttons for video and photo, and the zoom rocker and off and off on and off button and the playback button, and rest all these settings can be controlled only touchscreen. This camera is compatible with the capacitive touchscreen, and you can see there's a touch going on the screen, right? It does have a capacitive touchscreen option, and most of these settings can be controlled through touchscreen only. So first of all, I just want to tell you what are these things available on this on the screen when you on this camcorder. So first of all, there is a menu button which actually allows you to open the menu. Then second, we have a lot of information on the screen. So one by one I'm going to tell you. First is the recording time. So it records 2 hours 30 minutes in my 64 GB memory card, and I'm assuming my memory card is also a bit used now. That's why it's showing only lesser time. And then the audio you can see in the bottom side, right? Channel 2 is working, and then my mode is on a video mode, and rest settings like my camera on HD mode, my stabilization is on active mode, and the playbacks option you can see in the bottom. So now these are the few settings you can see when you on this camera on a video mode. Then first of all, when you start shooting videos, you have to select your file format, which is really important. So how to select file format? You have to go to the menu, then you have to come to the image quality, and over there you have option to select the resolution and the frame rate. So first of all, we have to select the file format. So suppose if you are shooting full HD and you want like the higher quality in full HD, then go with the XAVC SHD, and it gives you a 50 Mbps megabit rate recording, and I generally prefer to go with this option only if I am shooting on 50 frame or 25 frame. Otherwise, if you want to shoot slow motion, like this camcorder does have a slow motion functionality. So for slow motion 120 frame, you have to select this AVC HD format. It's a compressed format, and I do not generally recommend this format to shoot your normal content. You always try to shoot in XAVC HD because it will give you better video quality. But if you want to go for slow motion, then there is no other option to select, or you have, and unfortunately you have to select the AVC HD option. Then if you want to shoot 4K, so it does have a XAVC S 4K option. So this camcorder can shoot a very high quality 4K footage, and if you want to shoot 4K, then you have to select the file format to the XAVC S 4K. Then after selecting the file format, your next thing you have to do, that is to select frame rate. And over there you can see in my camcorder there are two frame rates, that is 25 and 50. Suppose if you are moving a lot your camera, then go with 50 frame because you have more frames comparatively to 25, and you can also do slow motion in this particular frame rate. So I generally prefer to go with 50 frame only, and 25 frame rate majority time I usually avoid. But like if you want a lesser data rate, then go with 25 frame, and if you are shooting only a sitting sort of content and you're not moving your camera much, then in case of that you can go with 25, or otherwise go with 50 always. Then this is the basic setting that you have to do. Then like if you're shooting photos, so over there you have to select the megapixel of your photo. So I generally go with XAVC. I generally go with this 16:9 8.3 megapixel, which is the higher option available in this camcorder. So you can select and you can shoot the good pictures as well with this Handycam. So this is the first setting that you have to do, and that you have to think about whatever content you are shooting. Accordingly, you have to select your compression, you have to select your format and shoot your content. So when you shoot when you shoot on XAVC AVC so you have also one more option available, that is for slow motion. So in shooting mode, you can see there is a slow motion option available for shooting, like the golf mode, right, and the smooth slow recording. So for that, you have to basically select the specific AVCHD format. Then only you can able to shoot golf shot or a slow motion video. So that functionality only works with the AVCHD format. So if you want to shoot slow motion, then you have to select this option only. Then this when you go with AVCHD format, there is also frame rates available, which is 50p or 50i. So if you want, if you're using like older, if you're previewing your content on older generation TVs or monitors, then go with 50i. It's an internet scanning, and this is meant for the older generation TVs and broadcasting system. But like if you have the newer generation cameras or newer generation monitors and TVs, then go with 50 always, because 50 will give you always a better results. So I again change my, sorry, let me change my settings once again. Yeah, so my camera is now on XAVC, which is like my favorite format. Now talk about the other stuff, like the shooting mode. So in this camera you have a movie mode, so you can shoot movies. Then photo mode, if you want to shoot pictures, then you have to select photo mode. Then time lapse, like if you want to shoot high speed content and high speed video, then go with time lapse mode. And then high speed recording, so that option is also available in this camera. So these are few options which actually help out you to your shooting content in the various situation. So like if you want to shoot videos, then select videos, movie, and if you want to shoot photos, then select photo. Then now one more important thing that I found personally, that how to reset your camera. Like majority time people struggle for that, and you have to come to the suitcase menu, and then setup menu, call this menu called setup menu, and you have to come in the bottom, and over there, sorry, you have to come in the bottom, and over there you can see initialize. So if you click on initialize, your camera will get reset, and then it's come to the default settings. And then there is also one more option called version check. So always you have to keep check your whatever version your camera is running on, and if it's on an older version, then please try to update your camera on the newer versions. Then other stuff, like this camera does have a power on AW/monitor on, so I always keep it on. And then language setting, like whatever region you belong from, then you can select the language accordingly. Monitor brightness, suppose you're shooting in outdoor, keep it high. I generally keep like bright, right, so it will become brighty, and a bit darker if you go to the normal situation. So I generally keep it on a brighter side, because I majority time shoot outdoor situation. And the remote controller functionality, so this camera also compatible with this remote, that is RTM 845. This remote can compatible with this Handycam, and you can actually operate each and everything wirelessly. Like I can show you right now, like you can see the zoom in and the zoom out is going on through this remote only. So this remote is thus compatible with this product, and you have to on that feature from the menu. So from suitcase, there is an option called remote control that you have to on. So this is from the suitcase menu. The other option also available, which I don't think so it's useful for you guys. And like if you want to take output to your laptop or if you want to take output to your TV, then HDMI resolution is something which you have to take care. You can keep it on auto. If you are not if your TV does not support for 4K, then go with 1080p. Then camera mic setting, which is I think really important. And the white balance, like something which I generally take care a lot when I shoot videos. So in this camcorder you have multiple white balance option. First is auto. So suppose you don't know how to set Kelvin degree and what is Kelvin degree, so keep it on auto mode. And if you're shooting outdoor, then you can shoot you can select outdoor option. And if you're shooting in this indoor tungsten light with the lot of white tube lights, then go with indoor option. And if you want to custom your white balance and you want to set accordingly, then there is an option called white balance preset, and only you have to keep your camera on this option. And then you need a white color paper. So I do not have white sheet, but yes, I'm using this silicon gel. It is actually a white color. And then select this set option. So camcorder automatically set white balance according to this white sheet or white paper. So always carry white paper, like if you want to customize your white balance settings. So this is how it all works. Then as I said, this camera does contain other settings as well. Like if you want to shoot on manual, suppose you want to control each and everything manually, so you have to change setting over here. So you have a shutter speed option, iris option, exposure auto, or you have to keep it on manual. Suppose like I want to shoot on manual exposure, then I have to select it on manual. Then actually I can control the exposure brightness level. I have to down minus, and I have to keep it on plus, right? You have to increase brightness or decrease brightness. That actually you can do it. Or then the similar way there's also having focus and the iris and the shutter speed optionality, which you can actually control according to your environment and according to your situations. So these are the few important things. Then that one more important thing which I want to tell you guys, the cinema tone effect. So the Cinetone, actually you have to keep it on, and this is something which is really important, because it does give you a very smooth or cinematic sort of color if you keep it on. Not picture profile, Cinetone, you have to keep it on. So that I generally keep it always on in my camera. And the other thing, like fader, that you can also on it if you don't want it. Then there is one more option that is called picture profile or picture effects. So then this camera, if you're not using cinema profile, then there are picture effect that you can select. So one is toy camera, then second is pop, then selective color, then retro, and I guess one more is also there, like the soft key and the high key and the black and white. These presets you will get in by default, and if you want to use, then you can use it according to your scenarios and situations. So this is all about the camcorder's important settings. There is also one more thing, that if you want a very smooth footage, then keep it your camcorder always on active steady shot. Then that's why you will get a very steady movement in your content. Then other settings, like guys, this important digital zooming, because does support with 250x zoom, and you have to keep it on so that you can get the higher focal length in your videos. Then rest things are very common. There is a small smile sensitivity. So if you keep your if you smiling in front of your camera, then your camera will start shooting pictures or videos. That is something which is like work on AI based. Then built-in zoom mic. So this microphone also contain a really good microphone which records 5 directional, and my voice cancellation, that you can keep it on, so your voice will be get cancelled, and the background noise this will be covered by the camcorder. And then built-in zoom mic, so that you can keep it also on, and the auto wind NR, so auto wind noise reduction, that also you can keep it on. Then audio recording level. So if you want to manage manually, then yes, it does have a option to control manual audio, and otherwise I generally keep it on automatic, because it does have a really good microphone inbuilt, and it records a fantastic audio on a automatic mode as well. Another thing, like button grid line, that you can on if you want to follow the rule of third and other stuff. And then display settings, the picking and the audio level display, these you have to keep it on. Picking, it's something like if you are shooting in manual and you want to understand where is your focus going on, so picking basically help you to get a graphical representation on the screen. So I generally not used it, but if in case of yours you want, you can try it out, right? So these are the basic settings basically I generally do in this camcorder. And yes, like there is also option called Wi-Fi. So if you want to control your camera via mobile phone, so you can use this control smartphone option. And yes, it does support with Sony Imaging Edge application. So you have to install Imaging Edge application, and then you have to use this optionality. Yes, so these are the few settings I generally try to use in majority of my cases. And yes, there is also editing mode available in built in this camcorder, so you can make highlights of your content. You have to just select the gallery, and then it will make highlighted basically highlighted videos directly to your camera, directly in your memory card. So you do not require any editing support for this camcorder. This is also a really nice feature. So that's it. Yeah, that's it about the menu and all the settings which I generally do with this camcorder. So I hope guys you like the video. Like I have explained every settings which actually a beginner needs to know before start using this camcorder. And if you do like my video, then subscribe my channel as well as follow me on Instagram, Facebook. If you have any question in your mind, you can also reach out me on Instagram, and you can ask any question if you have in your mind on directly to the Instagram. And also don't forget to comment if you like this video. Thank you so much once again for watching this. Stay tuned and keep shooting guys.